Before we start the video, dog, here's a disclaimer, dog. Like, I did a lot of research, and I'm going to have to break it up, dog. I'm going to have to break this video up into 3 parts. Well, 2 parts, 3 parts, because it was getting lengthy, dog, with all the research I was doing, dog. So it's going to be a 3-part, the first ever 3-part series for Bron Fanboy Logic. LeBron James makes his teammates better. So this is part 1. Take it in, and we're going to continue, dog. It's going to be a little bit, might get cut off at a certain point, but we're going to have a part 2. And then we're going to have a part 3 where I go through the All-NBA selections, dog. So buckle up, dog. Here we go. I'm sick of the lies. The lies. The lies the mainstream sports media tells you Bron fanboys to make you believe LeBron James is the GOAT. He not the GOAT, dog. He not the GOAT. All right? That's the facts. And you already know the deal. The real NBA fans, oh yeah, we all know that LeBron James is not the GOAT. But here come the Bron fanboys. Yep. Here they come again. Yep, they're here again. And what do they got to say now, dog? You see, one of the biggest lies, dog. One of the biggest lies is the myth, the narrative that LeBron James makes his teammates better, dog. He makes his teammates better. How many times have you heard that? LeBron James, he makes his teammates better. Dog, that's a lie. Dog, LeBron doesn't make his teammates better. Are you serious? But here's how the mainstream sports media tricks you, dog. You see what I'm saying? They put out little statements, dog. They say these little things. And they're not true. All right? They're just not true. But when they say it, all these Bron fanboys, they start believing it because it was said. If they say it, now you got to find some sort of way to rationalize it in your mind to make it true. You see what I'm saying? They're like, oh, LeBron, he makes his teammates better. And the Bron fanboys, they go, he does? He does? He makes his teammates better? Yeah, he does. He does. Because look at his assists per game. Look at his assists per game. He averages 7 assists per game. Yeah, he definitely makes his teammates better. He makes his teammates better. He's a willing passer. He shares the ball out there. He's making his teammates better. You see what I'm saying? Which is a lie. Absolute lie. And there's so much evidence all around that you can look to realize that that's an absolute lie. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to give you the simple version first, dog. All right, dog. Simple version, dog. Let's just do a simple explanation, a simple way to realize that LeBron does not make his teammates better, dog. One of the simplest ways you can do that, dog. These same Bron fanboys, we can use their logic against them, and we can see the holes, in what they say. We can see the contradictions in what they say, dog. First of all, they say, oh, LeBron makes his teammates better. Then the same LeBron fanboys turn around and they say, LeBron carries his teams. No one has carried teams like LeBron James. He carries them. Carries them. He's always carrying his scrub teammates. He's carrying them. How does carrying make anyone better? You're the same ones who say, oh, LeBron James, he carries his teams. If you're carrying your teams, that is absolutely not making your teammates better. All right? That's the facts, dog. If you're carrying, let me just give you a quick analogy, dog. You see what I'm saying? I have a daughter, dog. She's 3. All right? When she was learning how to walk, all right? She was crawling around, a little baby. She was crawling around. You see what I'm saying? And I was trying to help her learn how to walk. All right? How did I help her learn how to walk? By carrying her? No. If I pick her up and take her everywhere, how is that helping her? How is that making her better at walking if I'm carrying her? Okay? How? She's not going to learn how to walk if I'm carrying her everywhere. Carrying doesn't make anyone better. You see what I'm saying? How did my daughter learn how to walk? From practice. You see what I'm saying? Practice. You know, I stayed with her. I practiced walking with her. I helped her stand up, and I was there supporting her just in case she fell. You see what I'm saying? She had to practice walking to become better at walking. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works, dog. You got to practice. Passing the ball to an open man, that doesn't make that man better. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make them a better player overall. They haven't gotten better. You didn't help them improve in their game. You see what I'm saying? Just because you pass it to them, that doesn't make them better. You see what I'm saying? Passing to your teammate doesn't make them better. You know, practicing helps them get better. And we all know, dog, that LeBron James is notoriously known for not really practicing. He doesn't practice that much, all right? He doesn't practice that much with his team. You see what I'm saying? So if he's not practicing, they're not getting better. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if he passes and does this and does that. Darvin Ham just came out, dog. Darvin Ham recently said, you know, we didn't practice enough. We didn't practice enough. You see what I'm saying? And now everyone's wondering, what happened with the Lakers? They don't practice, dog. They don't practice nearly as much as they should be practicing to improve and to get better. You see what I'm saying? That's the facts, dog. Practicing makes your teammates better. When you're in the game, that's when the practice is supposed to pay off. The practice is supposed to show up on the court, dog. That's how it works. You see what I'm saying? That's the facts, dog. So if you want to make your teammates better, you got to do it in practice. You don't do it just by passing them the ball. They're not getting better to knock down an open shot or to get the ball when they cut to the basket or whatever the case is. That doesn't make them better. They're just doing their job. They're doing their job. They're supposed to knock down the open shot if you pass them the ball. That doesn't make them a better player. You see what I'm saying? You passed it to them because they're capable of making that shot. You know, typically. You know, and how did they become capable? Through practice, not through, LeBron, when we were playing in the game, LeBron kept passing me the ball, and then naturally I just grew into a better scorer, a better option. You know what I'm saying? Every time he passed me the ball, it just made me better. It made me better. That's not how that works, dog. You don't make anyone better just from passing them the ball. That's the facts, all right? So these same Bron fanboys, they're the ones who come out here saying, LeBron, he carries teams. He carries them. He carries them. It's like, if he's carrying them, he's not making them better. That's the facts, dog. You see what I'm saying? We can look at his finals record, dog. We already know, 4-6. If he's making his teammates better, why is he 4-6, dog? Come on, dog. Why does he have 6 losses and only 4 wins, dog? And the only 4 wins he has, dog, is when he manufactured these teams. Like I've said before, dog, the only time LeBron James has ever won a championship, ever, okay? I said it in the Weak Rings video, dog. He's got to go through less opposition during the playoffs. His playoff path, dog. His playoff path has to have less opposition. You see what I'm saying? That's the first thing. The second thing, his teammates. He needs 2 number 1 options as his number two options or whatever. He's always had 2 franchise players as his teammates, dog, to win a championship. Always. You see what I'm saying? Dwayne Wade, number 1 option for Miami. Chris Bosh, number 1 option for Toronto. All right? They're all on the same team now. You see what I'm saying? And the number 1 option becomes the number 2 option. You see what I'm saying? That's how it goes. If we look at Cleveland, all right? Kyrie Irving, number 1 option for Cleveland before LeBron got there. Kevin Love, number 1 option for Minnesota before he joined with LeBron. You see what I'm saying? They win a championship, dog. The number 1 option becomes the number 2 option, and Kevin Love, he becomes the number 3 option or whatever the case is, dog. But we already know, dog, he was the number 1 guy. When we go to the Lakers, dog, we got a number 1 option in Anthony Davis. He was the number 1 option for New Orleans Pelicans, dog. You see what I'm saying? And then LeBron joins up with him, and now Anthony Davis becomes the number 2 option. You see what I'm saying? And then they bring in Dwight Howard. You see what I'm saying? And Dwight Howard, who was the number 1 option in Orlando back in the day. You see what I'm saying? He's always had some franchise number 1 options on his team. At least 2 of them. You see what I'm saying? And that's the only way he's ever won, dog. He needed players of that caliber as his teammates while he becomes the number 1 guy and does all the stuff, dog. You see what I'm saying? Now, people are going to say, well, Dwight, he was past his prime, and Dwight, everybody knows, dog. Everybody knows that Dwight Howard played a huge role in guarding, shutting down Nikola Jokic, dog, who was the MVP, or, well, he wasn't the MVP that season, but he was shutting down Nikola Jokic, dog. You see what I'm saying? And we already know that his defense played a huge role, dog, in their success. Dang. These cicadas loud out here, dog. But, dog, you know, we already know the deal, dog. We already know what kind of caliber of players that LeBron James needs on his side, dog. You see what I'm saying? So how is he making his teammates better when he's purposely selecting players who are already better? You see what I'm saying? Already better. You know, so he can play with them, dog. If he made his teammates better, why does he trade so many players away? He's been involved in more trades, the most trades for a superstar in NBA history. Over 100. It's like 118 trades at this point, dog. 118? Why do you need that many trades? Why is he trading players away if he's making them better? If you make them better, you'll want to keep them because they improved. So you want to keep them on your team. You see what I'm saying? Woo! A wasp came out of nowhere. But, whew, that wasp. Gonna have to kill it next time. I already been killing them. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, dog, we already know the facts, dog. Whoever comes, he's not making them better. He's trading these guys away, you know what I'm saying? And he's trying to get better players who are already well suited, to play with him, theoretically. You see what I'm saying? But we already know what the issue is, dog. The issue is in the system, the LeBron system. So many players, dog, so many former teammates of LeBron have come out and said at one point or another, I had to sacrifice my game in order to help LeBron. You see what I'm saying? In order to fit in with LeBron, in order to benefit LeBron, I had to sacrifice, I had to sacrifice my game. You see what I'm saying? I had to do less. You see what I'm saying? I had to change my game. I had to completely change my game. I had to get outside of what I was used to doing and what was working for me. I had to get rid of that so I could work for LeBron. You see what I'm saying? We already know what the case is, dog. All these people coming out talking about, how they had to change their game, how they had to sacrifice, how they had to completely, flip their whole game around just to help LeBron. You see what I'm saying? That's not LeBron making his teammates better, dog. You see what I'm saying? If you're making your teammates better, if you're maximizing their abilities, dog, you got to maximize their abilities to make them better. You see what I'm saying? These guys are minimizing themselves. You see what I'm saying? Or completely changing what they're good at, their strengths. They gotta learn how to do other things now. They gotta adapt. They gotta change. LeBron don't gotta change. No, LeBron, he's the man. He gets to stay the same. He gets to stay exactly the same. His LeBron system. And if you want to fit in and not fit out, you're gonna have to make some changes. Yeah. No. You excel with the ball in your hands? Well, the ball's in LeBron's hands now. We give it to LeBron. All right? You're not gonna have the ball. All right? So you gotta learn how to play without the ball. You got to learn, because LeBron ain't going to learn. LeBron ain't going to learn how to play without the ball. He ain't going to do that. He ain't going to adapt or change his game or improve himself. He ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to make the changes. He's not going to make the sacrifices. That's for you. You are his teammate. All right? It's his team. All right? He's the best player. So you got to sacrifice your game. LeBron don't got to sacrifice. Don't worry. LeBron, he's the entitled, he's the king, all right? He doesn't have to make sacrifices, all right? But you do, as his teammate. You see what I'm saying? These are the things we start to realize, dog, over time. If you really pay attention to LeBron's career, so many players have to sacrifice. So many players have to turn down their game. Ooh, knocked out my headphones. Hold up. So many players have to turn down their game in order to play with LeBron. That's the facts, dog. That's the reality. All right? Whether you want to admit it or not. Okay? Now, where did this lie come from, dog? I believe it came from Mark Jackson. Mama, there goes that man. Mama, there goes that man. You know, the hand down, man down. You remember that announcer, dog? Announcer, former coach, former player, dog. And he used to be on there, on that announcing, dog. And you see LeBron make the pass to the open man. LeBron hitting the open man, making his teammates better. Making his teammates better. You see what I'm saying? That's what he used to say. Making your teammates better. Making his teammates better. Look at LeBron. You see what I'm saying? Because he's getting assists. Now, if we want to get context behind the philosophy of Mark Jackson, we got to go back to his former days as a player, dog. And we start to realize, Mark Jackson, when he came into the league, he was Rookie of the Year, 1988, dog. Rookie of the Year. The very next year, he was an All-Star. You see what I'm saying? This is a guy, he was a point guard, all right? He was a point guard, you know, in the late 80s, into the 90s, into the 2000s, dog. You see what I'm saying? He was a point guard, and for his career, he played 17 years, dog. 17 seasons. In his 17-year career, he averaged 8 assists per game, dog. 8. You see, that's more than LeBron. That's more than LeBron. 8 assists per game, all right? Mark Jackson, he is not in the Hall of Fame. Mark Jackson, he has 0 All-NBA first teams. None. You see what I'm saying? Mark Jackson. This is a guy who only has 1 finals appearance, dog. It took him 13 years, you know, to get 1 finals appearance with the Indiana Pacers. And he wasn't always playing for the Pacers, dog. He played for 7 different teams. He was a journeyman, dog. The longest tenure he ever had was the first team he ever played with, the New York Knicks, dog. The New York Knicks, he played with them for 5 years. Then he played with 6 other teams, dog. 6 other teams, and never got to up to no 5 years. You see what I'm saying? Never again. It was always below 5 years, every other team he went to, dog. You see what I'm saying? This is a guy, he averaged 8 assists per game. He led the league in assists 1 time, just like LeBron. Led the league in assists 1 time. It took him 10 years to lead the league in assists. It took him 13 years to make it to the finals and not win, you know, did not win. He has 0 rings. You see what I'm saying? He has only been to the finals once. But this is a guy who averaged 8 assists per game as a point guard. He averaged 8 assists per game. He's making his teammates better. He's making his whole team better. They're all growing. They're all thriving. No, they're not, dog. You see what I'm saying? He's not making his teammates better just because he's averaging 8 assists per game. You see what I'm saying? Just because you're passing a lot doesn't mean you're making your teammates better, dog. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that. It's all about what you're doing, dog. How much time you're taking up to get these assists, dog. You know? And if you're taking up a lot of time and running down the clock and then getting an assist at the last seconds of the clock, shot clock or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You're not helping your teammates get better, you know? Like, how are you going to run the offense, dog? How are you going to run the offense? Can you do it in a timely manner? Can you make quick plays happen? You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to do that more often than not. You see what I'm saying? A real point guard, a real floor general, they don't need to make the assist. They just need to make the right play. You see what I'm saying? And pass it, find the guy who's open. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times you're going to get these hockey assists. You know what I'm saying? Where you pass it to someone and then they find the other guy. But you got to swing the ball. You got to have that ball movement. And you got to, if you're the floor general, you got to orchestrate that. So you can't always be directly responsible for an assist. Can't always be that. You see what I'm saying? And if you feel like you have to do that, be directly responsible for an assist over and over and over, you're hurting your team. You're hurting your team. You see what I'm saying? You're not helping your team, you're hurting it. Magic Johnson, dog. Magic Johnson is probably, the greatest point guard because he could average double-digit assists. You know what I'm saying? He could average high amounts of assists, dog. And he has the most rings for any point guard to average that high of an amount of assists, dog. Nobody else averaged the kind of assists that Magic Johnson was average and was winning. You see what I'm saying? It's a whole completely different thing, dog. You can't just, dog. One thing about Magic Johnson, a lot of his assists, dog, came in transition. You see what I'm saying? Transition, fast break assists, dog. He wasn't really doing a lot of that during the offense. He could, he could set you up, but most of the time, his job, his role was to, orchestrate the offense. He's got to, run the offense and he's got to make plays, but it can't always be him directly making the assists every single time. And he didn't always do that. But when it came to transition, everyone was looking for Magic to have the ball at that point. Like, because he can find the open man. He can do some sort of crazy pass while they're running, while they're out and running during the break. And he was very good at doing that. One of the best at doing that. The best at doing that, dog. You see what I'm saying? That's what made Magic Johnson so special. A lot of his assists, they did not come from the regular offense, dog. You see what I'm saying? A lot of his assists, they came from open court, fast break. Showtime. Showtime, dog. It was the Showtime Lakers. You see what I'm saying? Fast break. Let's get out. Let's run. And Magic will lead the break, dog. And Magic will find those open men, in the fast break and find them in transition where they can get an easy basket. You know what I'm saying? He'll set them up. You see what I'm saying? Showtime. That's how he was getting a lot of his assists, dog. You see what I'm saying? That's how he can average that high of an amount of assists and still be able to win. He was surrounded by guys who could score, dog. He didn't have to make them better. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have to make Kareem better. Are you serious? Kareem was Kareem. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, he didn't have to make them better. He wasn't making them better. You see what I'm saying? They were all working together towards a common goal. He wasn't making them better by passing it to them in transition. But these guys, they got excited. They got some energy, dog. Because they knew when it was transition time, let's run. Let's all run. Let's all work. You see what I'm saying? Let's all get down to the other end of the court. You see what I'm saying? Magic Johnson didn't make them better, dog. They just put in more effort because they knew Magic would find one of them in fast break, dog. They knew that because he was unselfish. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, dog, Magic Johnson is an anomaly, dog. He's a rare commodity for someone to average that high of an amount of assists and still be able to help his team win, dog. You see what I'm saying? 5 rings? 5 rings from averaging that high of an amount of assists, dog. Let me tell you something, dog. 7 assists per game and higher, there's only a few players who have averaged 7 assists per game and higher, dog, that have multiple rings, dog. Only a few. You see what I'm saying? Bob Cousy. Magic Johnson. LeBron James. You see what I'm saying? There's only a few names, dog. It's not a lot. You see what I'm saying? 7 assists per game does not mean you're going to win. That does not mean that at all. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, I'll have to do the research on it and really dig into that. But I know the list is very low. You know, very low number of names who have been able to win multiple rings as a result of averaging 7 assists per game, dog, or higher. Now, LeBron James, obviously, does not make his teammates better if we look at all the evidence, dog. We look at all the evidence, all these people got to sacrifice to play with him. If they got to sacrifice, then he's not making them better. He's limiting them. He's minimizing his teammates. He's minimizing their abilities. Hey, I know you're comfortable, scoring off of the dribble, dog. I know that. But I'm going to have the ball, so you can't do that now. I know that's the best way that you can score. That's the way you're most effective. But screw that. This is my team. It's about me. I'm the king. It's the LeBron system. We're running my system. You see what I'm saying? He's got to trade all these players all the time. He got to kick them out, dog. They're all coming in and out of the rotation. You're in. Let's see how you do. No, you're not good enough. Get someone else. Hey, let's see how you do in my system. No, you're not good. Get someone else. Let's see how you do in my system. Oh, hey, you're okay. You're okay. We'll keep you. Hey, let's see how you do in my system. Oh, no, you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't make people better. You see what I'm saying?